Hey everybody, I'm Chris, and it's Record Time with Chris, episode 19. And I'm going to do this one a little differently because a couple albums really caught my ear in the last couple weeks, and they're available now. So I want to share some of the music with them. And the great thing about it is I know so little about the artists that, you know, I can comment on the music, but I don't know, maybe you know more about them. In fact, if you do, that's why we have this nice comment thing down there, is maybe you can fill me in. I bet you probably could. Some of you can. Because, you know, I don't know, they're kind of obscure, but great stuff. Now, there's some other stuff I want to do. Got a weird thing here I want to show you. Of course, I want to just get some updates on some indie exclusives that just came out. And, but first, I want to mention two contests that are currently going on bullmoose.com right now. The first one is there's a Sony Turntable that we're giving away, and this is a really fancy one. It's like $500 list price or so, and it has the output is not MP3. It's in the DSD format, which means that well, you're going to get a much better needle drop if that's what you're planning on doing to get real records onto your portable devices. So it's a very exciting thing. We've also got some records from the American Epic series that for booby prizes. And the only thing you have to do, though, is there's a question. So when you enter the contest, make sure you answer the question, which is, what do you love about vinyl? Or what do you love about vinyl? And the answers we've gotten so far, many of them are fascinating, and they're coming from all different things. So on a future episode here, I will read a bunch of them just to share them with you, because I think they're pretty cool. I think you'd really like them. Now, the other contest that is on our website now, I want to show you the prize because it's a little more portable than the turntable. It's, as you see, RTI test pressing. It's for an album that came out today. It's the Roger Waters' new studio album. It's a double, takes up 2 records. And as you know, if you're familiar with pressing plants, you know that RTI is a great one. So it'll be a really nice sounding record. In addition to all the other reasons that you'd want to buy something from Roger Waters. Okay, so the rest of this video I shot on June 2nd, but I needed to redo this part about this band that I just fell in love with called Solstafir, or maybe Fear, I don't know. That sounds like they roll their R's on some of the things. I'll put a little bit of it on here in the background for you. So anyway, I just loved this and I wanted to get it right. I loved them so much that I actually bought it, both the record and the deluxe CD version. Now, the record, nice thing about the record is it's on this really cool looking blue vinyl, and well, anyway, it's blue vinyl, indie exclusive, limited to 250 copies. I'm going to show you a little bit more of the what do you call it? I'm going to show you the record in a minute, but I want to open up this box. There is just a regular CD as well, but in the box, what we've got, nice clamshell kind of box. In addition to the CD, you get a pen, nice metal pen, earplugs, and on the back is back of the package with the earplug is a little card with the album art. That's from the front cover of the album. See, there we are. Looks like it's in a little leather bag. Hang on, I'll open it up. Actually kind of smells like it might really be leather. Oh, and I'll tell you about how to use them. Oh, cool. It's got a little metal set and a patch for your jean jacket. So it's a nice package, and it's a old digipack. But the booklet, there's a bigger booklet in this version than in the regular CD, and but the contents of that are the same as the record package, which I will show you while we're listening. I think it just got to the loud part, so let's listen for just a second here, okay? discounting it. Actually, I'm going to stop it. So, all right, so I don't know much about them. They were totally new to me, but I just fell in love with them. Maybe you've heard of them before. I know I'm supposed to pretend that like I know everything, but this is a new, wonderful find for me, this band. There's a sort of a black metal-y thing going on here, but it's very dark, but they get really quiet and almost spacey. The singer sings in 2 registers. You heard that high yelpy thing, but he also has a lower baritone. A lot of times the drummer doesn't even play the hi-hat. He's just playing or the hi-hat is really quiet, so focusing on the kick drum and the toms. The snare drum, maybe he's got the snares off a lot of the time, so it's a very deep bassy sound. There's some nice keyboards on the album as well, and in one place there's a pretty cool David Gilmour-y almost slide guitar solo. It reminds me of the Pink Floyd song One of These Days, which is that instrumental on Metal. In fact, let's check that out right now. You'll see what I mean. It starts about 5 minutes in. This is the last track on the album, which I should mention, I suppose. Like I said, kind of David Gilmour-y there. Anyway, this band is fantastic. I just love them. Did I show you the blue vinyl? I think I did. Yes, I did. 250 copies, indie exclusive. Here it is, up close. Now, it does include lyrics, but the lyrics are in Icelandic and they're not translated, although they do have translations of the song titles. This box has 2 extra songs, which is, to tell you the truth, why I bought it. Well, maybe I will put the patch on my jean jacket. I never did that before. So let me just give you a little more of them, and then we'll move over to something else.
Aldrei dauðan að speglast í mér. Hann rígheldur í mig og sleppi mér ekki. Hann Þórir. Ég sá hann aldrei fæðast í þér. Sá hann aldrei læðast að mér. Hann læðist að mér sem lyktarlaust gas. Hann læðist.
Great stuff, great stuff. What a fantastic band. Also should mention that the original drummer has a project of his own coming out later this year. I've heard the single to that and it's pretty cool. But hey, let's get on to some other stuff. I want to tell you about some of the indie exclusives that are out now or coming out, blah, blah, blah. So just out today, this one here. It's the Danzig album. There's 2 different colorways at retail. This is the indie exclusive one. Bone and black are the colors, and there's, what's the other one? Oh, purple and black is the wide release. So you can even get both if you want. Now, we do have something else exciting. So Accept announced a new album today. This here is the indie colorway. There are 300 copies of this, like Nuclear Blast does with a lot of their indie exclusives. This one is electric blue and red. Now, you may remember, here it is. They used electric blue for another one. They had electric blue and black on this Suffocation record. You could probably still find this one. It's only a couple weeks old. And the electric blue differs from other blues. It's like translucent. So it actually looks pretty cool in person. They also, this is the wide release colorway for it. And we also, yesterday, it was just announced this Arcade Fire, whole bunch of stuff. This is the indie exclusive 12-inch. It's the single that is being streamed or on YouTube or whatever now. And I forget what the B-side is, but you can find it on our website and find out what it is. This is an indie exclusive. There are also more indie exclusives. Well, the other indie exclusives are also going to be on the band's website. This won't, or at least it's not there last time I looked, which was yesterday. Now, they've got two different covers. One is called the day cover. The other one's called the night cover. And the thing about it is that the day cover, it's the same kind of landscape, but the day cover sort of looks like, if you're a filmmaker, you may remember day for night shooting. If you think about Westerns where it looks like it's supposed to be nighttime, but it just looks like dusk or kind of dim. It's sort of that kind of look. And then the night one actually looks like nighttime with some floodlights lit up. Those are, so the day version is on vinyl and CD. You should be able to get those anywhere. If you want the night cover, those are indie exclusives or on their website. I think the night vinyl is blue. The night CD is, CD. And there's also a cassette, and I'm not sure which cover's on the cassette, but that'll be pretty limited as well. There's also another different cover that's on the band's website. I don't know of anywhere else that you can get that one, and I haven't heard of any other variants for other places. But they're kind of an indie band, came up through the indies, so it would be kind of weird to see one in a supermarket or what have you. Some of the other things that I don't have pictures of that I want to mention. Dan Auerbach had a new album today. Indie exclusive is Blue and Yellow. Blondie, their new album came out a couple weeks ago, but there's an off-white color. And Beach Fossils, they have a red one, indie exclusive. Halsey, she's got the two colors. Actually, there's a wide release color and there's an indies only color. We also had 7 inches for people who pre-ordered. So hopefully you pre-ordered and got one of those. 68 has a transparent green, indie exclusive, and there are 2 different colors. These are not indie exclusives. 2 different colors of a band called Wednesday 13. So not black, just 2 other mixes. And then a band called Sikth, which I think is S-I-K-T-H, not S-I-X, but S-I-K-T-H. They're prog metal, and their indie exclusive is actually more like a deluxe CD version, and it's got an extra disc with the whole album instrumental. That would be the reason for getting that. And I think there's some other stuff on there too, because it's like a box or something. But check those out. And also of interest are some soundtracks out today. These are not indie exclusive, but Raiders of the Lost Ark, Escape from LA, Paris, Texas on blue vinyl, and Hammer horror classic themes. That's just kind of what it sounds like. Themes from some of the classic Hammer horror movies from Hammer Studios in England. And I think we can, the weird thing. So yeah, this thing, right? So back in the day, they used to, we still get them. They'll send us music to listen to just so we kind of understand what we're buying or what we're going to be putting in the store or help describe it. So sometimes they would get gimmicky to make sure that we paid attention to it. And the band American Hi-Fi, Flavor of the Week, they must have sent this before that song broke as big as it did. If you were listening to modern rock radio in the late 90s, you absolutely remember that song. And they autographed it. It says, "Hi, Chris," and there's 4 signatures on it. So this is the kind of, I don't remember getting anything weirder than this. Oh, wait, I do. I'll save that for another time. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I never opened this one, and it supposedly contains a t-shirt. I don't know what size. video, VHS, right? And full-length album and single. That's presumably a CD single. I did get the album, and I thought it was pretty good, although I haven't listened to it in about 15 years, but I did enjoy them. If you don't remember the song, they've got like that whiny, nasally voice that Green Day kind of popularized. It's sort of like that. All right, I'm gonna do the giveaway now. So I have a copy of Jethro Tull Stand Up to give away. I think it's a single disc, but it has 7 bonus tracks from the stand-up era. You've got, and this is the newish Steven Wilson stereo remix. So it's just got it's like the original one, except maybe got a little more bite to it in places, a little heavier, and added some, the bonus tracks are things like just some of the songs that like Living in the Past and Driving Song, which were part of that era but didn't make the album. It's still back when people didn't put the single on the album. Still, there's some cool stuff on there. And the other band I want to tell you about is called Night Flight Orchestra. Now, I don't even know a whole lot about them either, which is pretty funny. But I mean, that's how it goes, right? So I'm going to play you a little bit of the first track on the album, and then we'll kind of take it from there and talk about stuff. Here, I hope you enjoy this. I think it's cool. So you get a pretty good 80s vibe there, I think. In fact, after my wife and I were going somewhere, and after the album was about 80% done, she asked me to turn it off. She said, "It sounds like we're in a bad 80s movie." But here's the thing. We're actually in a good 80s movie. In fact, I think that may be where their name comes from, the Night Flight Orchestra. It makes me think of the old video show Night Flight on USA Networks, kind of exactly before there was MTV. I do have their bio, but somehow I ended up getting the German version of the bio, so I can't really tell you too much about them, but what I do know is a couple members used to be in Soilwork or Side Project. There's a mention of acoustic version of Whitesnake. Maybe one of them was in that. They did some shows with Arch Enemy, or maybe they actually were in Arch Enemy, one of them. Richard Larson, who I believe is the keyboard player, it says here, ist ein Ladiesman. And it goes on to say something about Jaguar the car, I think, and Semi-Psychopathen aus Schweden. I don't know if that's psychedelic Swedish music, or I don't know what. Drummer was in Mean Streak and Jupiter Society, which is kind of cool, in my opinion, because Jupiter Society is, I don't know, I have one of their albums. It's a pretty cool sci-fi oriented prog rock. Now, I don't think I'm even playing you the song I meant to. But hey, that's cool. Oh, guitar solo. So anyway, big kind of like 80s style choruses. What I really wanted to do though was show you the beginning of this, because it makes me think of Kiss. You could imagine Ace Frehley doing this. Except the piano, that's not really Kiss. And the cool thing about it is that riff comes back in an altered form at the end of the song. Check this out. So did you check that? It was da na 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 da na 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 na, but they just go da na na da-na-na at the end, which is pretty cool. There's also this song. Yeah, so kind of an Eye of the Tiger type of thing there. And I think I'll give you, what did I want to, I wanted to, this is the opening track, Midnight Flyer. So you get that kind of gruff 80s voice. Sometimes he'll go way up into upper register with some, even higher harmonies, very 80s style. Sometimes when he's singing lower, he reminds me a little bit of almost like Phil Lynott, kind of. But let me just hit you with one more little segment of what they're up to. I think I just want you to hear, where is it, 3:30 or so. There's like I think the guitar solo is kind of cool here. I think it's what I wanted you to hear. The thing is, this little part here makes me think of ELO a little bit. Check it out. So, anyway, I didn't like bands like this in the 80s. I was like all stuck up, and I thought anybody who couldn't play as fast as Keith Emerson wasn't worth listening to. I was just like a snob about prog rock at the time. That's before I was, when I was young, before I was working here. In fact, one of the good things about working at a place like Bull Moose is it really expands. You get to expand your musical horizons, but mostly just from meeting other people who help you figure out how to appreciate other kinds of music. So I think that I like this band. I like Night Flight Orchestra, and they've got a few other albums out before, so I'll be checking those out. I think I'll just put them on that enormous list that we all have of things that we kind of look for when we go record shopping. Speaking of which, in the US, this one is CD only. And yeah, well, hey, I feel like it's time for me to stop this and go home. So I'll see you in a week or so. And until then, I hope you are listening to something awesome.